And what's up, everybody? Tristan Shop Talk. What's up? Welcome to the first episode number one. Taking a new route, going solo for this episode and maybe more. But every now and then, have some people on. It's a little easier for me because I've been a little busy lately. With that being said, just been a lot of things going on lately. So this is like kind of like my episode of the late night. I'm gonna be doing it during the weekdays. Hopefully, try to at least do three or more during the weekday, and then obviously on the weekend, that will be broadcasting my live episode, which I would then have my guests. So that'd be cool. I have some guests happening, actually en route. Not right now, but I mean, like my guests are already booked and it's happening. So that I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to bringing that to you guys on YouTube. So May 21st, 2024, late night. All right, everybody. Well, backlash from Puff Daddy. Obviously, that apology did not work out for him. Did not actually work against him. Sorry, Cassie. Sorry that happened to you. You know, um, it seemed like at the time, and I hate to bring it up again, um, that definitely could have been proof, and maybe it could have been stopped right there and then. But obviously, whoever was involved at the time hit it, and then obviously, like I had said, my point before was it was 2016 when it happened. It's already 2024. 2 more years, it already been 10 years. It's a long time. So I don't blame her for what she did. This was also, I mean, you would think, like, I think it's just very relative to think that when it's almost being relative to somebody being educated, you think they're educated, and then, they know right from wrong, and they know, obviously they can read, they can turn in assignments, they can, they're educated. In this case, it's the same thing, I feel, but I feel it's a little different because he's an entertainer. He's in charge. He's in charge of a company. He has a lot of money. Has a lot of connections. So that being said, like I said, you would think he has some. Being in business this long, you would think he'll be very professional about what he does and how he handles himself, and definitely how he handles his personal business and his personal life. So whatever. I'm glad it backlash. I'm glad that damn apology didn't help. Actually made a lot of more people hate him even more. Definitely put him back in the spotlight. So good for him on making him look stupid. Sorry, Cassie. Sorry that happened to you. I just hope other females know that if you're ever in trouble, I hope you're reaching out or trying to do something about it, being proactive about it. But yet again, that's a touchy subject. I don't want to get too much into that one. But I will say, like I reiterate, I'm very sorry that happened to you, Cassie. I'm very sorry that happened. Next thing up, Houston, Texas, still without power. Oh man, still without power. They say it's about 180 people, 180,000 people without power, which is pretty crazy. Uh, they're out there trying to fix all these towers. There was a few pictures of these towers that fell down, and some of these towers are the main towers that were connecting power to a lot of neighborhoods and definitely connecting a lot of areas, which is like definitely the north area where these tornadoes hit. They hit definitely like Jersey Village area of Houston through downtown. Obviously, windows were broken, and then these towers had fell over that had the main power line. So all that's being still repaired. That sucks. It sucks for people right now who are without power. Sorry. That's not a good thing right now. Not a good thing. Because, the weather today was like 91 degrees, or 92. It got a little hot um, in the 80s, 90s, and then the humidity makes it worse. All right, so another day for Iran. President passed away in the helicopter crash in the fog. For some reason, like I had said before, why was a helicopter even in the fog? I would not even want to be in a helicopter in the fog. There's been known helicopter crashes because of fog. Helicopters just act weird in the fog. I so there's like these pitot, and these pitot are like little like fingers that stick outside of the aircraft, and then when they stick outside of the aircraft, they have little holes, and they measure the air, they measure, I guess, whatever, you know, gauging, they gauge, but I don't know if the fog messes them up. I'm not sure about that, but I know definitely your visuals you can't see. Those like those pitots that are on the side, they might read wrong or incorrect too as well, mess with the gauges. So I'm not saying it's going to be total non-visible, you can't see, but overall you're still, you're hampered because I feel flying is more visual than it is. I mean, it's obviously a lot of everything. It's you're multitasking on a whole other level, but when you're doing it, excuse me, you're depending on a lot of tools that are inside the cockpit. So let me get away from that. So obviously the people were not really mourning the president, which is kind of, I guess, speaking a lot about the people's rights over there. Now there's nothing being said about it being any way, or if not any conspiracy. There's no conspiracy theories. I mean, there's a few out there probably about saying there might have been something being done, or maybe the helicopter was messed with. But I don't. I'm not even going that route. But the people of Iran are not really pushing for anything. They're just kind of like, okay, who's going to be the president now? As far as I know, those presidents of like that president of Iran, he's the president, but there's still a lot of other people who control what he does, and also who, he's kind of like a front in a way, but he still makes a lot of decisions. Don't get me wrong; he has a big point or a big place in decisions that are being made in Iran. But I do know that he is just one of the many. So I guess there's just going to be somebody else that's going to be right in the middle of it and go right through, as in following up to be the next president. All right. I really wanted to show this video of Zelensky, the Ukraine dude who it's so weird because he went on saying that, okay, I'll show y'all. So what happened, he went on to say that the West is slow at getting his money, that we are slow at helping him get, like, the funding that we're sending Ukraine is ridiculous, because on top of that he's making comments, and these comments is really bothering, because it's almost like, what are you talking about? Like that's why we're in a deficit right now, because we've gotten in these situations before where um, these situations before are, we keep helping other countries, and that's fine, where we have to help other countries. I'm not saying we should not help all other countries. What I am saying is that when these countries are being helped, it's not an overnight thing.
We are very grateful to our partners that they are helping, but this is happening so.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr told Reuters in an exclusive interview on Monday that his Western allies are taking too long to make key decisions
So,
in sending military support to Ukraine.
believe
Every
that.
decision takes ages. We arrive at this decision later on, but it's like 1 year too late.
Zelensky also said
Yeah,
Western
because there's a
allies
process in our
are doing
country.
more to
It's our
lessen
tax
the risk of
dollars.
the
It's our
war,
money.
helping to intercept Russian missiles and to allow Ukraine to use Western weapons against enemy military equipment at the border and further inside Russian territory.
We can have a proper dialogue and we can reach the consensus as regards hitting
This fool crazy.
the long range missiles to hit the weapons of Russians located alongside with Ukrainian border. I believe we will reach this decision because the same happened with giving us tanks and armored vehicles, Patriots, right?
The United States has resisted Ukrainian calls to use its missiles against internationally recognized Russian territory, reflecting concerns in the West about the risk of escalation.
Everybody is afraid of escalation. So, Ukrainians are dying. Well, everybody got used to that. That's not escalation.
Zelensky's remarks come at a perilous time for his forces. They are outnumbered and outgunned by Russia's army, which recently crossed the border into the city of Kharkiv. Zelensky acknowledged Ukraine was losing territory in the northeast, but he said the situation on the battlefield had improved.
Today, the situation is controlled. A week ago, it was a bit more difficult.
The United States finally passed a bill to provide military aid to Ukraine in late April, but it had been held up for months by opposition from some Republicans in Congress. Zelensky said he didn't see big risks to future aid if Republican Donald Trump, a Ukraine aid skeptic, wins the November election, but that didn't mean there were no concerns.
Both parties supported this package, which is why I wouldn't say that as of today I see some maximum risks. I don't believe that Republicans are against support granted to Ukraine, but there are certain messages we can hear from them. Well, they are causing concerns in any case.
So, I mean, how are you going to be that way when there's process? There's a certain process in the United States on how we handle. I mean, it's bad enough. It's bad enough of the debt that we're already in, and then on top of that, this guy is out there saying that we're very slow at giving him funds to fund this war. I'm on both sides, but like, I just, for him to speak that way is just like, I feel it's like biting the hand that feeds you. You know, it's crazy, 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 crazy. So I thought that was pretty, like, he was like a clown for speaking that way. You know, it's pretty stupid. So, on to let me, ooh, excuse me. So Trump wants Biden to take a drug test before the next debate, which I think is hilarious because I guess he wants to make sure that he's not all doped up so that he can be there for the, you know. Like, so Trump demands drug tests for Biden before presidential debate. Ain't that hilarious? It was like, yo, like I want that fool drug tested. You know, that fool might be, like he might have like a bunch of steroids or something in him. You know, which I think would be pretty funny. So, um, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? So he's requesting it. I just want to debate this guy, but you know, I'm going to demand a drug test too, by the way. Trump told Republicans during a speech at the GOP dinner in St. Paul, Minnesota. I am, no. I am. I really am. I don't want him coming in the State of the Union. He was high as a kite. The presumptive GOP nominee for president added. The Biden campaign did not immediately respond to the Post's request for a meeting for a comment. This is the New York Post, so you know there's always a bunch of gab and I don't know misled stuff over here. I believe at the New York Post, so I really don't know what to believe when they say stuff. Oh well. Another cool thing was Eminem's daughter got married. Made me feel old because I know Eminem. He had that kid, or he had Haley. What was it? He had Haley. Yeah, I think. How old is she now? I don't know how old she is. How old is she? She has to be like 24 or something like that. But that's good on her. She got married. She had like a beautiful wedding. Look at that. I wonder what that guy do. You know? I wonder is he some doctor or something? Or is he a rapper too? Maybe he raps. So I don't know what he does. Who knows? But that's cool. Makes me feel old, like I said. Um, man, 2000. We want to say 2000 or not? But I wrote it. I wrote it down. I wrote it down. And my notes. Yeah, I'm writing notes. Don't have my notes. All right. I think I had it on my other paper. Anyways, I did understand that it was 97, 98 maybe, and he had already dropped an album, and it was during the time when a lot of people started coloring their hair blonde. Obviously, I had a little more hair at the time, but you know, I was kind of funny looking already. So there's really no point in me to even blonde my hair. So I didn't blonde my hair. So from there, we just jammed out to Eminem. And a lot of his stuff was like at the time very almost disturbing in a way, but it was cool as shit. It was badass. It was just like very descriptive in his words. And then like very dark and he was mad at his mom. Then he started becoming mad at his girlfriend, which became his wife, which is the mother of Haley. Man, it was crazy. So I do remember that. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. Which, like I said, makes me feel old. So I think it's kind of funny on that end. Tyson and Paul. That's coming up. Still a pending deal on that end. And with that, retarded.
Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
Mike Tyson got furious at Jake Paul after their recent press conference, slamming Paul for disrespecting him at the event. Meanwhile, the head honcho of UFC, Dana White, has...
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fight. Mike, I guess I got to start with you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start with you because I saw just the other day, you got on social media and you said, I want to address this. So many people, even the Saudi chief, got on social media and said, Mike, forget the script. Beat this guy. What do you say? Tell these people who keep saying that this fight is scripted for Jake Paul to win.
Well, just come to the fight and you'll see. Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
Jake Paul, same question. People keep saying that this fight is scripted.
I wanted to go over his footwork drills. I mean, we could sit there and go back and forth with
Iron Mike Tyson was one of the most exciting.
but I'm not even trying to use his audio. I'm trying to just use his video. Look at that. Boom. Left hook. Right. Left. Oh, damn. Okay. What happened? Boom. 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 Inside. Like he already knows he's gonna bounce this way, that way. Boom. He avoids so many hits doing that. And then like boom, when he moves, he just moves in, and then I mean, I can say that I can do that. I can, I'm not, not good at it. My knee's better, a little bit better. Boom, boom. Look at that. Left hook. Body. Okay, inside. I mean, you can't even stop that. That's like we will never see this exact same of Mike Tyson being Mike Tyson, what he is, right? What he was. But I know I'm going to see a little bit of that, just a little bit of Mike Tyson when we see him go against Jake Paul. And that's all I'm excited for. Boom. You see that? All I'm excited for is just to see him work again and knock somebody out. And I hope I might see that. And I might see that in July. It'd be almost like a birthday present for me. I'd be like, wow. Like, I've lived my life. Because I watched Mike Tyson when I was a kid. And I could just never understand, like, how he was just amazing. But he was such a dangerous man. I mean, look at him. Boom, boom, body, hook. I mean, you have to be a killer just like him. There's no way you cannot be a killer. He's a killer. He's just controlled. It's crazy. But yeah, it is definitely all in the footwork. But you have to know how to move because you can't get away with like that. That you know that. I think that's Lou Savarese. Boom, right there. Didn't even know what was coming. Boom. 1985. I was 5 years old. I didn't really get to recognize him until I was like 7 or 8. And now he's 57. It's almost like 15 years later. Wow. I'd rather Mike Tyson not fight, because he has nothing to prove. I mean, he's always going to be the best. He's going to be one of the ones that I saw a lot. I mean, I saw him pay-per-view. I saw him, So, I think it's just crazy on those situations where, you're definitely trying to still chase that. You're still trying to chase that, whatever he's trying to chase. But Mike Tyson, you have nothing to prove to me. Nothing to prove to me. I used to look up to you, but and I still look up to him. But overall, I would just say that he is definitely one of the many that I believe will go down as one of the greats. In my lifetime, I would even put him, because he's still alive and he's still physically fine. He seems still, like he has it together. I mean, he's right there on top of Muhammad Ali. I mean, I would say, because I mean, I grew up with him. I knew of him before I knew of Muhammad Ali. I mean, I guess I knew of Muhammad Ali before I knew of Mike Tyson. I don't know. I was young. I just knew it was a big deal, like, to knock people out at a young age. I just knew it was. It's weird. But I'm excited to see the fight. Really excited to see what happens and see what entails of the fight, So that's about all I had tonight. And that's going to be about 30 minutes right there. So I guess I can add one more little funny thing. I just hope everybody gets power. Hope, thank you, Centerpoint, the linemen working out there in Houston, Texas. Thank you for all of you guys working overtime, staying away from your families, sacrificing and going out and helping Houston, adding to the community, helping out the community. That's awesome. So I guess that's it. I guess I can end off there. There was going to be another video I was going to show you. Excuse me. It's that beer. And, but I guess that's it. I guess, yeah, that'll be it. I guess till tomorrow night. Catch up tomorrow night. That'll be episode 2. Like I said, I'll go ahead and keep the numbers still already, whatever the numbers are. But from now on this end, the live, these, I'm going to have more of these coming on where I come on. And if y'all want, y'all can ask me questions, whatever. If not, it's cool. I'm already ready for bed. So glad I got out here. See y'all. Talk to y'all. Let y'all in on what's going on. All righty, everybody. I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Later.